Well, Cleveland libraries are among the city's most beloved and reliable resources, but a possible strike by workers threatens to upend these quiet spaces.
Mark Navik explains what's going on and what changes could come to the library's 27 branches.
You can't judge any library by the books alone. That's a message that both workers and library officials can agree on. Libraries are often a critical anchor to any neighborhood where kids could go for a safe haven and even find a meal. But those resources and others could temporarily disappear if about 400 workers and officials can't agree on a new contract.
Librarians, assistants, and custodians have been trying to work out a new 3-year contract for months. At an impasse with management, members of the Service Employees International Union are voting today on whether to authorize a strike. This would force the library to temporarily close some branches and limit the hours of others. Such changes would hit school kids hard, cutting off some from after-school options that include internet access and a meal program supported by the Cleveland Food Bank.
The food would be impacted because if we scale back the locations of service, meaning the branches that would be open, all youth would not be able to receive those meals.
The workers have been on the job since January 1st without a contract and want better wages and more staffing, among other issues, says senior library clerk Eric Walker.
The library has on the table to outsource some of the work that we, the workers, do at the Cleveland Public Library, and so that's absolutely a non-starter for us.
If the union and the library don't agree to changes in the coming days, a strike is likely.
We enjoy servicing our public. That's not something that we want to do. Our hands are tied.
Mark, we understand security guards also working without a contract. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. They are represented by a different union, and they're negotiating separately on that matter. But the union still wants their issues heard among theirs, and the vote will be tallied tonight. And in fact, we should know by the 11 o'clock what's next show.
Okay.
All right, we'll see what's happening. Thanks,
Sure.
Mark.
Thank you.